Giving praise to Deshaun Watson. Now he gets the mic after a tough loss.
For sure. I mean, every loss is very painful. You do everything you can and throughout the week for preparation to be able to try to pull out a win, especially in a great environment like this against a great team. We came so close, but we didn't do enough to pull it off, and they did a little bit more. And you got to give them credit for hitting that last-second field goal and I guess winning the game.
What does it mean to you when you hear JJ say that loss on defense?
I mean, it's a team loss. Offensively, personally being an offensive leader, we could have did a little more. With great teams like this, playing on the road, a great quarterback in Drew Brees, you got to be able to, put the game away. And we had the opportunities, but we didn't do that. We gave them a little bit momentum on my interception too. They went down and scored. So you just got to be able to capitalize on the opportunities. And it's going back and forth, which is going to happen in football games. But we want to, take advantage of all the opportunities we can while we can, especially on the road in an environment like this. So it's a team loss, and I understand where he's coming from, but. It's all about us, wins and losses. So, we just gonna, learn from the mistakes. Wake up tomorrow, get the body right, and move on to Jacksonville.
You had converted a ton of third downs in a row until you threw that interception. Is that just a case of you're trying to let your receiver make a play on that one?
No, for sure. I mean, I was trying to get him out. Will Fuller. A lot of my balls were short. Just trying to place it. But just got to let him go out there and run underneath it. That one, 43, did a great play make coming from the backside, and I put too much air on it, and he caught it, and that just happens sometimes. But I learned from it, and we'll get back on the drawing board and going for next week.
How did you come to it health-wise?
I'm fine. Finished the game, so we can go from there.
How impressive were you with Carlos Hyde?
Him and Duke did a good job, stepping in, only being here for a couple weeks. They both ran the ball hard, did what they can in protections, and try to, make some spark on the offense. And, both of those guys will continue to, improve, continue to learn this offense as we go, and continue to help us out.
Big sign of encouragement, Deshaun, that you have these kind of new faces just here for a few days instead of put the points on the board the way you did today.
For sure, yeah, it's very encouraging. We know what we can do offensively. We just got to put the pieces together. We just got to get more experience. Like you said, it's a lot of new guys, a lot of new faces. So coming into an environment like this where in our offensive calls, you have to have a lot of communication and be on the same page with me and have a lot of reps. And just having a week at it is tough. But at the same time, we operated and did what we can to try to, pull this win off. And we came close, but it wasn't enough. And we continue to, grow from it.
Very confident. Obviously, that was a long field goal, but I think it was a good thing that we had attempted one from pretty much that same spot, earlier in the game. So he had to look at it, and just a ton of confidence. I think for all of us, just to get back into that situation where we had a chance to win the game, I think we all felt like it was going to happen. And the minute you heard that ball go off his foot, it was a thundering kick. I think we all knew it was going through the uprights.
Was the Texans defense further off than you expected? Did you change something there on that last half with 2 seconds left in completion?
They really, that whole drive, I think that, first of all, the challenge of that drive was 37 seconds, one timeout, and you want to try to save that timeout if at all possible. So, you need chunks, obviously, to put yourself in field goal range, and I felt like we did a really good job. We practiced that, and I think we felt like we knew exactly what we needed to do in order to give ourselves a chance to win. And big completion to Ted Ginn, clock it. Big completion to Mike, clock it. And then get up there and assess what they're doing. And I have the ability to get us into whatever play we need to get into that is going to put us in a position to win that game. And Ted did a great job all day long. Ted, he had 7 targets, 7 catches, over 100 yards. A couple really big plays, especially there in the fourth quarter.
First, second and 10, did you feel like you can't burn the timeout here? You got to get one more play off and just clock it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a big difference as to your flexibility as an offense when you have a timeout, and then how a defense is going to defend you. If they know you have to get out of bounds, it becomes much easier for them to defend. So it's protect that timeout at all costs, and even though you're spiking it with 6 seconds left, we're okay. You know, we can get the yardage we need to put ourselves in a position to kick the game winner. Thought he did a phenomenal job all game long. Really, that entire front did. You know, I think early on, you know, when you after the first half, I think you looked at the numbers and felt like, man, we got to get back to running the ball a little bit more. You know, felt like we had put together some long drives, but we gotten some big plays, and I think it was a lot of stuff in the passing game and not necessarily in the run. But I think we finished off with about 180 yards rushing. 7 yards a carry. You know, I mean, really both sides rushed. They rushed it really well too. But listen, it was just two really good teams going at it. Two, you know, playoff caliber teams from a year ago with really good offenses and really good defenses and a lot of explosive players all over the field, and just a battle all game long.
Deshaun Watson, even better than advertised than what we've seen on film. Just watching.
Oh, he's a very good player. He's so versatile. You know, he can throw the ball from the pocket. You see what happens when he's able to get out of the pocket. Obviously, he's a good athlete, so he can get yardage with his legs, but just his ability to create. You know, you saw him create on some 3rd and longs, and they were able to get out of some tough situations because of his versatility.
Throw a drive like that last drive, are you looking for matchups, or are you just looking for the open man?
Well, I'm always looking for matchups, but because they are playing a bit more, you know, conservative. I mean, listen, every defense plays it a little different, and you're going to see, typically you see something in that situation that you haven't seen all game long, and so you've got to be able to react on the fly. And you know, everybody has to know that, listen, this may be your matchup, it might be your opportunity, just like it was on the first throw with Ted, the second throw with Mike, and then back to Ted. You know, those guys had the matchup, so those guys got the ball.